Welcome to Youth Ki Baat by Youth of India Foundation. In this episode, we feature Pranav Korke ji, founder of the Healthy Binge, a brand bringing a fresh twist to snacking by making it both tasty and healthy. From reimagining everyday munchies with millet-based chips to creating snacks that are guilt-free yet full of flavor. His journey is all about combining innovation in food with a better focus on living. Pranav ji talks about how the Healthy Bench started, the challenges of building a food brand in India, and why consistency and consumer trust matter most in entrepreneurship. Tune in to hear his story and lessons on building healthier habits and impactful businesses only on Youth Ki Baat. So, take us back to your journey before Healthy Bench first for the start.
So when I came back from Australia, I was working for an NGO, and they were promoting regenerative agricultural techniques to them. I interacted with a lot of farmers there, and what I realized then was that millets, which is our indigenous product, which has traditionally been grown by our farmers for a very long time, has been now changed to crops which are much more easier to take and which has more demand: rice, wheat, sugarcane. Sugarcane is much more as a cash crop, you can say. There was something wherein one important thing was that the demand was not there for millets, and that is back in 2019, before the year of millets. It was a struggle even to talk to people about millets as a name millet. So everyone knew jowar or ragi or all those things, but millets was not very known word. So that got us thinking as to we need to do something with that. And in terms of my co-founder, he's my cousin brother. I've grown up with him since we were like kids. So we always together when we were in Australia as well. When I was in Australia, I used to always call him up and say, "यार कुछ करना है अपने को, कुछ साथ करेंगे," because he was actually running a business then. He was running a media agency and really doing very well, but he wanted to do something different as well. So दोनों का था वो गोल आगे साथ में, and then some idea was there, which is how the Healthy Binge came across. So that's the whole background behind me, and a little bit on Karan as well.
So, why did you think of moving to India back again? And what is the potential that you see of our country moving towards a better future?
India has huge potential. I mean, I was in Australia. Australia is a developed economy. Potential is there, but it's not as much. I mean, India has huge potential. First is the population of India. It's our biggest, I think, right now, the strength, and also the mind. I mean, anywhere you go, India, the brains are Indians. The hardworking people are also Indians. I mean, anywhere in the world you go, you will find people who are working any kind of jobs, the brainy ones or any of the others. But Indians go, when they go abroad, they work harder, and here as well that is the case.
Right.
And it is being shown through the economy, what the potential, what we can say. When I left in 2003, it was the engine was just starting, but now the engine is actually running really fast. So when I came back 2017, I could see a lot of changes, good changes, and I think it's growing in that way as well. So huge potential in India, and
that is very right. Now let us know, what did your healthy snacking habits look like before actually starting Healthy Binge, or were they unhealthy enough to?
Yeah, I'm a foodie. Whatever I eat, I always I like to eat everything and anything, and I enjoy everything and anything. I'm not a very finicky eater, but what I eat, I always think about it and but initially कैसे था, when we were like growing up, anything and everything was fine till we were like till 25, 26. You are still in that zone. Eat anything. No, कुछ नहीं. We are what you can say, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, we are untouchables. Then by like in that age, But then once you start becoming a little sedentary lifestyle चालू हो जाती है, ऑफिस में काम करने लग जाते हैं, then then the other unfortunate part starts coming in. You have a little bit of tummy and everything, and then you start figuring out यार कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. But then that is always the case. No options were there. I mean, there were options, but very little options. For me, as I said, I always am I enjoy food. So जो healthy खाना है, तो healthy for me was always associated with something which is not very tasty, which is a little bland, and that always was a problem for me. So obviously, I used to always go for the unhealthy stuff. Then get tasty, but yeah.
So, how did the particular idea of Healthy Binge come up?
So now that is a process. That actually was not a single idea of like हमको millets, and when I told you about the millets thing, that was one idea. There were another idea which we were working on. The main whole concept was convenient nutrition. So we wanted to give something which is convenient, not have to think a lot, and nutrition उससे मिलना चाहिए. So there were two products which we decided on. One was a unique concept called fortified rice kernels. So wherein you incorporate micronutrients like iron, folic acid, B12 into the rice kernels, and you then use those rice kernels to mix it up with your usual rice, and when you cook it and eat that rice, you get these nutrients automatically into your food.
It's very interesting.
It was very interesting, and that was one of the concepts. So we went to China to look for that particular machine, the extruder. इंडिया में तब इतने extruders थे भी नहीं, very little. So we went all the way there. But then मेरे दिमाग में always की rice, but we wanted to make something with millets as well, because that was always in this. So we decided कि we'll have this product and the snacks product. Initially क्या हुआ कि when we came back, we commissioned the machine. The fortification picked up because government mandated in their that all the midday meals and PDS will have to have fortified rice. So all the rice has to be fortified. So and that time we only were like 5 of us, the manufacturers who were making that fortified rice. So we just went during COVID. We were continuously. Our 24 hours our machine was working during COVID, complete isme, and we are providing to the government. Over a period, however, what we realized was, and in the meanwhile, we're still making the Healthy Binge as well, doing a lot of R&D, and I mean, I will get to that as well. That it was not a simple process of just pushing through the machine and get something out, but it took कुछ 6 months to get the product out for the Healthy Binge as well. So उसमें ये सब चल रहा था. Eventually we decided कि fortified rice is something we will now phase out, because two things. One is that we are not made to deal with the government. I mean, nothing this thing, but we were not able to work properly with the machinery. And second was that second was कि we wanted to make which has more of a value rather than just being a manufacturer. So I mean, we want to make something of our own, which then will have we can portray that this is our own product. So we decided to stop complete production of the fortified rice and work on the Healthy Binge then. So the whole idea, as I said, make it short, it's actually everything was about convenient nutrition, and that's how it came across.
So when that comes in, there's product, there's packaging, there's positioning. What has been the hardest task for you guys to handle, and what kept you going through it? How did you handle it?
No, it's all in the phases. I mean, I would say. So when we were doing the R&D, product was always the hardest part, because we were not. I mean, as I said, I mean, we wanted to get it the right product out. It was not कि सिर्फ machine से निकालना नहीं. There was a thought process behind even the shape. The shape had to be flatter so that the crunch has to be in certain way. उसका जो after taste है, that has to be in a certain way. So the whole that was the most difficult part. Once we cracked that was done and dusted. एक तो रेसिपी बन गया, मशीन सेट हो गया, अब वो चल रहा है. Then it was no longer hard, this thing. Then was the packaging part. Now packaging is something which is very unique, this thing that me and Karan are the ones who actually designed these packets.
Yeah.
So वो that is another story. I mean, it's a longer story, but it was उसमें भी था कि हमको, because it's our product, we wanted to
Right.
showcase that product. So how to express that, and because we were doing ourselves, so expression वो कैसे डालना and coming across, so it was that time very hard. But now I would say the biggest difficulty now is to go to market. It's
Right.
that is right for us, because product तो अच्छा है पर लोगों के पास नहीं पहुंचेगा तो there's no point.
What,
People has to understand that.
that is right. What are the challenges that the newcomers face in the F&B industries as well?
That's brand awareness, trust factor. Because brand awareness, I mean, you have the legacy players already.
Right.
They have been doing really well. They have been in the market for good reason as well. I mean, they have built that trust. So any new brand, first they have to build the trust, and that takes a long time. You cannot just win a customer in one go. It is a big cycle of 6-7 months till a customer says, okay, I am hooked on to Healthy Binge, and they will trust the product. So the trust factor, I would say, is the most difficult and takes long time to get.
If there's somebody who is watching right now and who is planning to get into the F&B industries in the next 5 years,
Yeah.
what would be your 3 most useful tips for them?
So the first and most important, I would say, is actually the product. You have to get the product right. Don't spend too much time, but you cannot be and think from a customer point of view. Product, what you feel is right is not always right for the customer. So what the customer really wants, you make that. Don't अपना concept डाल सकते हो. It's important, but you cannot have a like this is how it has to be. You have to think from the customer point of view. So that's the first part. Second part is, as I said, work hard on building trust, and that trust is only built if you give a consistent quality product out.
Right.
And the third most important thing you have to worry about is the marketing. You have to put lot of money and lot of efforts. उसके बिना कुछ नहीं होगा, क्योंकि प्रोडक्ट अच्छा बन गया, अगर मैं सेड बिफोर मार्केट लोगों के पास नहीं गया, मार्केटिंग नहीं किया, तो समझेंगे कैसे लोगों को.
How did you start creating the awareness for millets and everything?
So I mean, so funny, this thing is that we launched Healthy Binge during the second wave of COVID.
Yes.
So shops was just opened up, and they used to be open from certain time to certain time. हमारे पास जो salesman था, he said कि I cannot come right now. I will start from which we had hired. Karan got COVID then, and हमने पूरा सब बना लिया था, packing सब करके ready थे. And I am not a sales guy. I mean, I don't. I mean, I will say I don't enjoy sales.
Okay.
But product बाहर निकल गया तो सेल भी तो करना ही पड़ेगा. So I was the first salesman for Healthy Binge. The awareness how we started was we first realized कि हम लोग millets के बारे में बोलने लगे first. But then millets as a word was not known to a lot of people.
Right.
Then we went more into the like ज्वारी या फिर ज्वार या फिर रागी. उससे we started promoting it's made of ज्वार, it's made of ragi, it's made of we didn't say like finger millets. So the initial 3 products we had launched, one was the moringa jowar crispy. The second one was a product which was very dear to us, which is called as sour cream wasabi jowar chips, and the third one was
Very
ragi
interesting.
Cajun. Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, we had to discontinue that. Demand नहीं था. It was too early for the that time. I would say अभी वापस maybe we will take it out, but yeah, it had its own fan following as well, and I used to love it as well. But we had to see what the market.
There is a challenge of this coming in the F&B industries as well, particularly to India. There's a certain taste that is made up already.
Yeah.
So how do you, with the launch of new products, Is there any product that you have never launched just because you knew that it would not cater to the Indian market,
Yeah, there's
but
a
it
lot
was
of,
a mind blowing?
yeah, there were few of them. When we were doing the shortlisting as well. So you know how the process was कि पहले हमको ऐसे ना, when one learning and which I told you as like what a customer wants. तो पहले हम लोगों ने पूरा ये fancy flavors निकाले थे shortlist. There was Sriracha, there was there's few more like fancy flavors, and we thought they were amazing.
Coming from Australia.
It's like perfect. This is what I want my customer to eat. I want my customer to eat. That was
Right.
the thought process, right? And then what happened was that we did some sampling, and जो product बाहर जो was finally taken were the common ones.
Right.
The Indian masala was this thing. Sour cream, for sour cream was taken. The wasabi was not the main thing, but पहले जो taste था sour cream का, that was shortlisted. Cajun was shortlisted because it actually had a little bit of Indian taste to it. थोड़ा spicy है, इसलिए it was shortlisted. So then we realized that we have to make it as per the Indian palate. You cannot make it something which is very fancy because acceptability नहीं मिलेंगे. And that's how sour cream wasabi eventually had to be phased out. We then got cheese, which is our all-time favorite. Everyone likes it.
Plus one on one.
Yeah. Then there's the barbecue. That also nowadays everyone has following for that. And the third one was I forgot. कौन सा था third one? Chatpata chaat. Sorry.
That's
Chatpata
what the name
chaat is
itself.
like, that is our best seller right now. That
That
hands
is what the
down.
name itself, right?
Yeah. And I don't know how I forgot about it because there is, as I said, I have favorites. So my favorite is something which it's not as much available in the market. It's available on our website. It's called our namkeen mix. I love that. But yeah, so that's my personal favorite.
While designing the Healthy Binge logo as
Yeah.
well, the packaging and everything, when you and Karanji were sitting together, tell me more about the story behind it.
It's a very difficult process, and it's always, I mean, opinions are very different. There's a lot of arguments which happens during that period because everyone has their thought process. Karan has his own this thing as well. It was first what we zeroed down was something about the color. Somewhere we love the color, and and the uniqueness of that. We wanted to make it something a little premium feel to it, and the color is something which is gives that. And the second part to that, the other thing which we wanted to make sure we were able to showcase was the little bit of quirkiness to this, because Healthy Binge, the name itself is a little opposite, like healthy and binge is something, binge has a negative this thing, and healthy is so we wanted to, so the whole thought process was to try to get something which has a premium but a little quirky look to it. So that's how we went through the whole journey. It took us around good 2 months to get to that.
To decide the packaging itself.
Yeah, because as I said ना, initially जो अपना product है अपन खुद उसको we want to express it. It has to and an expression भी आ रहा है इसमें, like it's our own this thing. So yeah, it took us time and wanted to get the right.
If you wanted to build everything from scratch in Healthy Binge right now, what are the things that you would have changed?
In the Healthy Binge, I don't think so. Anything has to be changed. Just the journey. I mean, I have learned. The learning will be so much easier now because you've gone through that whole thing. So अगर बोलोगे कि वापस करना है तो मैंने जो भी गलतियां की है, that just gets wiped out. We can start with a like जो if say 100% pay, we'll start at like 60%. Still the that important thing which I told you about the trust factor. नया brand होगा, will have to build that trust again, and that takes time. That is the other I would say 50%. I would say, and the 50% is the trust factor you have to build, and that's.
Where do you see yourself as an entrepreneur and yourself doing a corporate job, or in the finance life?
I can't do that now. I won't be able to do it. The there are ups and downs in an entrepreneur's life. It's pretty. It's not a very straightforward journey. It has every day is different. You know, every day. Like yesterday, I mean, you can ask Saket about it. I mean, yesterday we actually was my off day.
Okay.
And there are days like that, but that is the fun part because you don't have a monotonous life. Australia, when I was in Australia, there was one thing which I didn't like was it was a Monday to Friday job. Saturday thoda have fun. Sunday you start working for your Monday to Friday ka job ke liye. So here it is, everything is different. It is not a 9 to 5 job. It is not a Monday to Friday job. It is a 24/7 job, 365 days. There are off days, but usme bhi you always are thinking about what needs to be done. So and I don't want to change that. I won't ever go back to a corporate job. Maybe I might. I don't think so. I will stop working on Healthy Binge. But if that is ever the thing, I will start again and do the same thing.
That speaks about your passion for this entire company itself.
No, it is. It's our baby. I mean, we treat it as a baby as well. And then all our people also treat it as our own baby. I think it's not baby anymore. I will say it's
grown up.
टीनेजर भी नहीं, अभी थोड़ा 12-10 साल का हो. So still lot more to learn. It's good.
As you just mentioned, an entrepreneur always has to think 24/7.
Yeah.
Whereas it is not with the corporate jobs or something like that. But people have a certain perception, 9 to 5 नहीं करना है, बहुत ज़्यादा काम होता है, पर entrepreneurship करना है, वो 24 घंटे कर लेंगे. But there also some challenges come in. The burnout phase is real, where you're actually thinking about it all day and you're tired, something is not working out, something is going wrong and you're not able to figure out. Have you ever had that I need to stop this moment, or it's okay, I'm done for the day, these moments, and how do you handle them?
100%. There is that that switch off generally doesn't happen. Like you cannot have a complete switch off when you go home. It's always there, and somewhere if you completely are thinking about that thing over a period, what happens is if there's a problem you're trying to solve and you keep on looking at that problem again and again and again, what will happen is that वो उसका solution सामने होगा तभी भी दिखेगा नहीं, because you are just into that completely उसमें involve हो गया. So the only thing what I try to do here is step back, just शांति से, at least 30 minutes I just don't do anything. I don't watch reels or any of those things. That is not my off time. I just don't do, like completely brain को ये कर देता हूँ, blank करता हूँ, and then again शांति से look at that problem, figure out कुछ हो सकता है क्या. If it's still not there, I will just not do that problem for that day. I know that next day that will be figured out. Generally always the case, and that is what has this journey taught me, is that no problem is not, I mean, it cannot be, there is no problem which cannot be solved. It is there. It's just sometimes some problems take like it is much easier to solve, some take time, and you have to give that time. So it's okay. I mean, होता है, off days रहते. Like yesterday I told you I had a complete off day. I was, since morning I was we had some problem in the machine, so that just was eating me up. Then there was we are doing some redesigning of packaging as well.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I was talking with our agency, and I just told them as well, like, आज नहीं हो रहा मेरे से, आज छोड़ देते, वो नहीं मेरे से, I cannot think about it. And now today I have much more clarity about what I need to do with that packaging as well. पर वो कल पे मैंने वो decision छोड़ दिया रहेगा, I would have made a mistake of it. So I just said no clarity, it's okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Urgency है, पर one day से कुछ फर्क नहीं होता पड़ता है.
There should not be some amount of haste, hurry,
because sometimes haste can, कुछ तो भी गलत हो सकता है, और या फिर it's not थोड़ा एक perspective है. I tell all my guys as well, and girls as well. Not just because like 80% of our employees are women. So but I always tell them is that step back and just शांति से सोचो, मिल जाएगा solution. इतना नहीं ये करना, because if you are in that moment continuously वही इसमें घुसते रहेंगे तो it becomes a, you cannot get this thing. You have to step back a little. So,
that is completely right. What are the differences that come in for your company itself when it comes to online platform sales, offline sales? What are the differences and challenges that come in?
It's different altogether. Online is different and offline is different. I would say offline, I don't think, I would say, okay, none of them are easier. Both of them have their own challenges. With online, at least one thing you can do is actually you can tell about your USPs much better.
Right.
Because you have this one packet, उसके बाद में you scroll a little bit, you get like you have the protein, fiber का बता सकते, no palm oil बता सकते, everything you can see. You can push it through a video ad or Instagram के through reels and all that. With offline, it's on a shelf. The packet has to do the selling.
Right.
Okay, and that's much more difficult because I mean it's hand in a थोड़ा सा interrelated है. But if you just keep it as a separate this thing, then offline it's मैं कैसे कि that packet has to then sell itself. Someone has to pick it up and have the urge to tear it and eat it.
Right.
So yeah, so it's different challenges altogether.
Are there any myths about the food startups?
Myths,
A lot.
yeah. See, I mean, everyone has their own ideas. I mean, I don't want to say anything about anyone's ideas. They're great as what they have thought about it. But the only thing is that scare tactics or half information, that needs to stop somewhere. It has to be a complete information which needs to be given. People sometimes concentrate on something which is like, for example, fat free chips. ऐसे हो ही नहीं सकता है, इसमें तो थोड़ा बहुत तो फैट रहना ही है. Any product has some fat in it. So when people claim that without even thinking, because it बना है product वैसे, but it's not. So you have to make, when you look at a product, you have to completely look at it, make complete sense, and then try to put it across to the customer. Customer is not I mean, they are intelligent. They will understand what you have been trying to do. So be honest about it.
You're competing with people who have already reached the top level. So what keeps you going through that as well? That you will reach this stage someday? Or do you not want to reach this stage at all and keep going without the ambition of reaching that stage?
See, I mean, that is one thing which me and Karan have always thought about. We have to make it as a proper business. It's just it's not about, I mean, there are goals. We have goals. We have our targets, and we'll want to achieve those targets as well. But that is not something which will वो targets achieve करने के लिए certain, the ethics of the business, we want to let go of it. And none of, I mean, I'm not saying it as that I'm pointing anywhere. I'm just telling my story, because it's not about anyone else I'm talking about. Yes. But for us, we have to work in certain ways. And if it takes उसके लिए 5 के 6 साल हो गए, it's okay. And to reach certain, we don't have targets. इनसे कि हमको X brand की तरह बनना है. हमारा healthy binge है, वो ऐसे ही रहने वाला है. And it's going to be healthy binge, not इसके जैसे. So it's always about healthy binge. It's not about X brand उसका हमको copy करना है and have to work that way. So yeah.
Take us back to your journey of Shark Tank. And how did you feel in the moment? We saw it on the television. What was running in the back of your mind when you were there pitching it? Was there something quirky that you wanted to say and you did not say it loud there, or something like that?
No. That was interesting. This thing. We are we are not entertainers, right? Or we don't know about cameras, how their angles are, or things like that. So nervousness to like to an extreme level रहता है, because trying to come on a camera and trying to make it something and which we have seen we were in the season 2, so season 1 का वो कहीं तो भी mindset में भी रहता है कि कैसे वो लोगों ने किया था. And but the thing which was interesting, like we were on a set, उसका पीछे के तरफ it's all dark. The set is all lit up, but everything else is dark outside. So we're sitting in the like just before the pitch, we were in the dark this thing area. Right. And like मैं करण को बोला, करण you know what, मैं बहुत नर्वस हूँ, तू संभाल ले, मेरे से कुछ बोलने नहीं होने वाला. But somehow once we entered inside that set, the tank, it was a complete switch. The lights, probably, I don't know what, or the sharks as well. I mean, they are very amazing guys. I mean, when we entered, Mr. Anupam Mittal was like, he did this, smiled and gave us a thumbs up. I think a few others were also very happy about it. So that made us a little less nervous. The pitch, the 3 minute का जो ये रहता है पहले से हमने बनाया हुआ, वो हमने 3 minutes went off really well. It was then, it was just about business, which we knew कि कैसे क्या बोलना है, because that was what, I mean, हमारा business था, वो हमको तो we needed to know that. Right. So that was the easy part, I would say. Right. Trying to so I would say the first 3 minutes were the most nerve-wracking and the most difficult ones. उसके बाद में it was much more simpler. So yeah, I mean, quirkiness wise, I mean, हमारा pitch was something completely first decided, was something very different.
I would love to know about it now.
अरे so first हम लोगों ने जो decide किया था is what was aired. Okay. That was something which we had decided when we had come prepared from here. उधर में गए, there were like people who help you to make it a little bit more interesting. So हम लोगों ने एक इसमें ऐसे हमारा idea था that there is like heap bunch of chips and Karan would be inside the whole thing heap, and then he will come out with the presenting the thank God he didn't that idea didn't go ahead because that was silly. I mean, I don't know how we had agreed on that, but thankfully eventually we scrapped that and we went back to the one which we decided.
Have you had these crazy idea campaigns here as well in Healthy Binge? And you've tried to work it out?
So that is something हमारे जो marketing वाले हैं, they are want to do make us do that. हम ही लोग नहीं कर रहे. Like Saket, he's like trying. So you need to be more expressive. You need to do this and that. थोड़ा इधर हाथ ये करो. And I'm like, यार नहीं जमता है मुझे सीधा बोलने बोला क्या बोल रहा है, मैं बोल सकता हूँ, ये नहीं होता है. But I think somewhere we have to do that as well. I mean, what he says is right, that it has to be more raw.
Right.
It cannot be too scripted, and what you feel has to come out. तो कर रहे कोशिश वो अभी तक नहीं किया है.
How do you think content and digital marketing have evolved since post pandemic?
It has evolved. It has become much more. I mean, I think traditional advertising has now changed into more of a content thing. Traditional ads, you think about it now. Have you even seen a traditional ad, or have you listened to a traditional, which has been stuck in your mind? Is there any traditional ad? I don't think so. I mean,
अमूल दूध पीता है.
हाँ, पर वो भी पुराना है. या फिर फेविकॉल के ad.
फेविकॉल.
So that is वो, पर अभी फेविकॉल के ads अभी नहीं है कौन से भी which you have which you can remember. So that has now been converted into this UGC and reels and all those digital this thing. There are a lot more things which I don't know, because I'm not a very digital friendly person. But yeah, it has changed. I mean, I would say 70% of our budget for advertisement goes into these
UGC content creation and everything.
Everything else. So there's a lot of this thing over there. for awareness, brand awareness, I would say. It's
Is
very
it
good.
necessary for the founder to be the face of the brand?
No, that's my view, but no one agrees to that.
No, it's completely right. You can, of course, say your
So, like,
opinion.
my team doesn't agree, but for me, it is not. For me, I think the product has to do the talking. It's not the brand. Eventually, it's not the founders who are any big company or any big brand. You don't know the founders. You only know the product. The product is the hero, and that they have to be the hero, not the founder.
Right.
So 100% for that is my view, and maybe I may be wrong about it, but मेरे हिसाब से the that is the hero.
It completely makes
Yeah.
sense. Is there one thing that Karanji can pull off and you cannot in the business?
ये जो बातें करने की है ना, that he can pull off more better than me, not me. I am more of a back end guy.
What is
So,
your biggest green flag being the founder?
green flag. I heard of red flags. Green flag.
Yeah, after that we'll come to red flag.
Being the founder, the different, as I told you now, that different things which come across to you, like it might be operations का या फिर marketing का हो या कुछ तो भी, everything there is something new happening all the time. And that's the fun part. I mean, that is the green flag, I would say.
Of you yourself being versatile?
Yes, I love doing that. I cannot do one thing, one only single thing. I like to
Great.
do everything. So I mean, till a point there was a point where I was working on the advertising part as well. So जो platforms पे जो direct advertisement करते हैं, like Amazon and all that. So I used to run that backend का advertisement, this thing. Backend का the all the production. I can run the machine. If you tell me that our machine operator has not arrived and our production manager is sick, I will run the machine. I have that this thing. So I like to do everything. I like to be involved in a lot of things. Obviously cannot do everything now,
Right.
because the organization has become bigger. So but still I like to be involved. So yeah.
A founder should always be the chief everything officer.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I stay away from is that what Karan does, because Karan does it well. I
Right.
don't get really involved in that, because नहीं तो it doesn't make sense ना, दोनों भी एक ही चीज करने के पीछे तो एनर्जी चले जाती है. So वही, so he does what he does is the sales and marketing part mainly, and he does it well. I don't get involved in that. That is absolutely 100%. The rest, then the ones, the back end ones, that is where I am more versatile.
Is there any funny story from or a story in general with your family personally and Healthy Binge together? Does your shelf look like full of Healthy Binge snacks and not one single other brand snack there?
So whenever there is the famous brand, which is right now everyone likes it as well, the potato chips ones. I won't say the name.
Yeah.
But
We get
that
it.
is banned in our house. Unfortunately, sometimes it comes through from somewhere, and that time we बोलते ये कहाँ से आ गया, ये क्यों आया इधर में. But the kids love it, my product, and they are the biggest critics as well. So whenever we launch a new product, first thing is I actually take it home. My elder one is also very food critic. I mean, he's a food critic himself, and he gives me what it is. He doesn't like sugar coated. So like our initial ones as well, launch के पहले भी, they were the ones, they were our guinea pigs, but they were probably the best guinea pigs as well, because they gave us their amazing advice. I mean, it's quite good. But otherwise also, I mean, family में they have a problem that because it's our own product, मैं बहुत कम घर ले जाता हूँ. उनको बोलता हूँ जेप्टो से खरीद लो और खा लो, पॉकेट का भी मिलेगा. मेरे पॉकेट से आता है.
Business mindset.
बट यार, सो घर में मेरे जैसे फैक्ट्री से कम जाता है, वो बाहर से ज्यादा आता है.
Dhanda first. What is the one thing that you could binge on every day except this product? your products?
Binge or in terms of eating?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm not a binging guy. ऐसे binge नहीं करता मैं. सब मेरे को सब चीजें पसंद है. सबको मैं ज्यादा बराबर टाइम देता हूँ और बराबर ये देता हूँ. Not one single ऐसे एक को ही नहीं करूँगा. But if you ask me, I mean, I haven't had that binging, or I mean, I haven't had that snack for a very long time now, and I miss it. Is the samosas?
Oh.
Hey, Pune में नहीं मिलते अच्छे.
You had it back in Australia, क्या?
नहीं वही तो हो गया ना प्रॉब्लम कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी नहीं मिला अच्छे से. मुझे पुणे में आगे भी नहीं. एक दो जगह मिलता है तो उसके लिए बहुत तकलीफ करके जाना पड़ता है. But I used to love samosas when I was in. So my childhood was in Nagpur, and very nice food over there as well. So थोड़ा सा वो मिस करता हूँ उधर का खाना.
Any story from your childhood that you would like to share?
Heaps यार कौन सा है नहीं. Like childhood is always fun. I mean, school friends are still. I mean, I would say school friends are the ones who last longest. I mean, my school friends. I haven't spoken with them for like 5 years. But the day when I meet them, it's like ऐसे है कि वो मैंने 5 साल नहीं मिले उससे कुछ यही नहीं रहता है. वो कंटिन्यूस उसके बाद we can keep on talking about all the जो 5 backlog है वो can cover that. So I mean, school times were fun. Nagpur was a fun city to grow up in as well. Good memories. But every memory has. I mean, school Nagpur was good. Australia had its own charm. Melbourne, I would consider Melbourne as my second home because good part of my life was in Australia and Melbourne, and that still holds dear. I've been not here in this room, but there are a few photos of Melbourne in the other conference room up there.
Shall we check it out?
Yeah, no, it's very dear to me. So
Who were you as a teenager?
the one who doesn't study or doesn't backbencher, काम नहीं करता था, पढ़ाई नहीं करता था, डांट खाता था. But not a very naughty guy, but not a very like I didn't like studying then. But then थोड़ा सा वो switch change हो जाता है when you get it to like 2021. That's when I started doing my masters, then CPA and all that. फिर थोड़ा सा studious. Then I became more of a studious guy. So yeah.
Oh.
So till that time, not very studious.
If your product could talk right now, what would it complain about you?
बहुत ये है finicky in the sense about that product. Something which I will make sure that 10 बार सोचूंगा और फिर उसके बारे में ये करूंगा. So sometimes it might say कि जल्दी करके निकाल यार बाहर. बहुत सोच रहा है.
Is there, if there would be young people approaching you and telling you that, okay, we need to be the next healthy binge, what would be your reaction to them?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, I never discourage anyone to take up something which you are passionate about. The only thing is what I look for is you need to be passionate about what you want to do. Even if it's this food product, be passionate about it. Work. If you're passionate, things will work for you. So yeah, I mean, 100% go for it. Only make sure that don't do it as कि वो अभी का ये चल रहा है ना कि everyone wants to do a startup because 9 to 5 से पक गए हैं यार. उस इसमें करेंगे तो please don't, because ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा difficult है 9 to 5. Okay, yeah, I won't say 9 to 5 is not difficult. It has its own problems as well, because I have friends who are doing their job, and unfortunately it's not 9 to 5 for them as well. They are working from 8 o'clock in the morning till like 12 o'clock in the night.
Right.
So it's not that उनका कोई अलग ये है, पर वो छोड़ के ये क्योंकि ये थोड़ा फैंसी है. It's not the case. यहाँ पे भी वही वैसे ही करना पड़ेगा. So don't come with that mindset into this journey. Come with, if you are passionate about something, you want to build something, then 100% go for it with that thought in your mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Has there been any book, any movie, or any person that has left you with some impactful thoughts, advices?
Heaps of, I won't say one particular journey or one particular person or one particular instance or this thing makes a journey. It is a mix of lot of people. It's right from your parents to your peers, to the people who have been in this journey.
Right.
I mean, I would say I've read all of the like Bill Gates. So yeah, इनका सबका I've read the books, but it's not like one thing which makes it happen. It's a journey which is with lot of other people, which gets you to that particular place. So yeah, I don't think so. One person can do that, or one instance can do that.
At the end of the day, we are just the amalgamation of every person that we
Yeah,
meet in the life.
100%.
That is very true. Have you ever had this interaction with some strangers or anybody like that which left you with thoughts?
About in like in
In
particular
general,
way
in life,
with strangers.
any takeaway that you have had?
Means that instance as such, I don't know. I mean, I haven't thought about any particular instance. I mean, any. I mean, as I said, I mean, it can be like yesterday. We were traveling. Uh, we had got to a shop over there, and the shopkeeper over there was very this thing. I mean, normally वो shopkeeper is like, आजा यहाँ से उठा लेना और कर लेना. But he was much interested. Sir, try this one. Sir, try this one. This one. This one. And that is something what is a entrepreneur, and I realized then is like this guy is going to do much better than just being in a shop, or he's going to do much more in his life, because he was much more interested in not just selling the product but also being in that moment and
Right.
this thing. So that was, so this there are instances. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I cannot really put one particular way, but every day you learn something. I mean, and you have to have that open mind, that you cannot be like, अरे हाँ ये जो भी है आगे सामने खड़ा हुआ, इससे क्या मैं सीखूंगा. It doesn't work that way. You have to keep that headspace open and learn wherever. I mean, रास्ते पे वो इससे भी सीख सकते हैं कि जो कट मारता है अपने को उससे भी सीख सकते हैं कि इसके जैसे करना नहीं है. You have to have a little bit more civic sense. So,
There's learning everywhere
yeah.
for it. What's your plan for Healthy Binge in the next 5 years?
Healthy Binge, I would say we want healthy snacking to be synonymous with Healthy Binge. We want to grow this brand not just as chips brand, but also we are in the process of getting more products out, which are all based on better for you healthy snacks. We are going to soon launch our namkeen का जो product आपने आपको होता है उसके और variants as well. We are working on a few breakfast cereals. We are working on a few other more products which are in the pipeline. So we want to keep on innovating, make a bigger basket, and as I said, be synonymous with healthy snacking, healthy binge, and healthy snacking.
All the very best for you.
Thank you.
So, what is the one habit? It is towards the end of the podcast. What is the one habit that you would want every young person to inculcate in their daily life? Except for eating healthy.
Yeah, eating healthy. No, be passionate about whatever you're doing. I mean, जो भी काम कर रहे हैं ना, थोड़ा मन से ये करना. That is very important. May it be you're studying, may it be you're working, and be in the moment. Don't be too much thinking about past or the future as well, because जो moment में जब आप काम ध्यान से करेंगे, it's going to help you in the future as well. Or past का भी it's going to make you forget about that. So
Right.
just be in the moment and enjoy that as well.
That
And
is
be passionate.
That is great.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much, Pranav ji. It was
Thank
an
you.
absolute pleasure talking to you.
Same
And
here.
I'm sure that all the youth would actually go on and adapt healthy eating habits
Healthy
after
snacks,
this.
healthy binge.
Yeah, healthy binge, and also working for a cause.
Yes.
So yes.
100%.